book Barefoot Heart is about a little girl named Elva who grows up in a family of migrant workers who live in Texas. Every summer, her family goes up to Minnesota and Wisconsin to work on the migrant beet farms. The story walks through the smart, poor Mexican girl's life from childhood to adulthood and shows how her race affected her in many ways. In both Cry the Beloved Country and Barefoot Heart, we see the issues of racism. In Cry the Beloved Country, we see how in this society all the blacks live in the shantytown, they are not allowed to ride in carriages, and it is very hard for them to get good jobs. In Barefoot Heart, we see the same kind of thing. We see people treating Elva differently because of her race. Like when she was younger, she was in segregated schools, so everyone was like her. But when she was older, she moved to a normal school, and people were different, so they treated her differently. Like she wasn't as smart as all the other kids just because of her race. Another comparison we can make in between the two books is conflict within families. In Cry the Beloved Country, there's conflict between Jarvis and his son. Jarvis does not understand his son's job because his son writes about how black people are good, and his father doesn't really understand this. And since his father does not seem to be proud of him, they kind of grow apart there. We also see this with Absalom and Mr. Kumalo. Absalom has not written in a while, and his father feels like his son doesn't want to talk to him. So he is very confused by this, and when he finds out about what his son has done, there's lots of family conflict in how he's confused on how his son ended up this way. In Barefoot Heart, Elva feels like her parents do not want her. She has heard her mom even say that she did not want another child when she was born. She is the youngest, so she can't help with a lot of things, so sometimes she just feels like a nuisance in the house. And this really affects her in a lot of ways. Throughout the book, we really see how this race thing and the family situation start to affect Elva. At school, she's made fun of because of her race and feels like she's not good enough. And with her family being so poor and not supporting her and being proud of her, she feels like she needs to do really impressive things to impress her family. This also scares her because Elva wants to go to college, but she is nervous to ask her parents for money for college because they're not really in a good financial state right now. The next thing we're going to talk about is the title that I named this project, Cries from a Barefoot Country. In Barefoot Heart, Elva is always talking about how her mom was mad at her because when she was younger, she never wanted to wear shoes when she was outside playing or working or anything. This has actually a lot of meaning behind it. Even though it seems like she might just not want to wear her shoes because she's a kid, she actually meant something behind this. When she was working, she had to wear her shoes. All Elva wanted was a different life. She wanted to have more money, she wanted a family who appreciated her, and she wanted to go to college. She wanted all these things because she had never experienced the lush life that she had seen so many of her friends at school have. Her life was like a cage to her, so she wanted to be free from that. She wanted to feel free. She did not want to wear the cages of the shoes on her feet. She did not like the confinement that it had. She wanted to feel free, so therefore she did not want to wear her shoes. In Cry the Beloved Country, we see all the struggle and the conflict that is causing the country to cry. If the city is full of struggles and bad morals, then Stefan does not want to be there. He wants to escape from all of his struggles in life. This is when he goes up to the mountain to think he's escaping from everyday struggles. He likes to be at home and in his village. Both Elva and Stefan just want a better life for themselves and their families. They want to be free and escape the struggles that they are going through. Barefoot Heart is all about how she had a heart that wanted to be free, and Cry from a Beloved Country is talking about how he wanted to be free from all the struggles in life. In conclusion, both Barefoot Heart and Cry the Beloved Country are stories about main characters, Elva and Stefan, who are trying to escape everyday life and just trying to make a better life for themselves, get away from race issues, family issues, and self-conflict issues.